Hello, family. Welcome to my channel. This is Al from Horton's and 360 and Photo Booth. I just wanted to give another quick video on how to turn a call into a call lead or a lead into a job. So, yeah, this video is going to talk to you that and help you to navigate your way through having to, get the call and turn it into an actual job or event. Again, it's an event in this case. So, again, if you see my other videos, you've seen that you have to market it. So you started your marketing strategy and your marketing plan. You know some of the pros and cons. You have all the equipment. I'll begin to do another video on all the equipment that I use and all that stuff. So now you're just waiting for that phone to ring, and you've marketing, you've set up your face, you set up all this stuff. So now your phone rings. Now there's some questions that you need to begin to ask your potential customer or client for their event. Here's the list of the stuff that we've done. Again, before I get into the questions, first you have to have your what we call it, like a cheat sheet, your photo booth inquiry cheat sheet. You gotta have a recommended time space for how many hours should you book depending on the people, how many people is to the event. So that's one of the questions, but you also need to ask these questions and know these questions ahead of time. You also got to have your pricing down. Again, I'll have another video on what's out your pricing and how do you price your per hour or per event in your local area, and other comparisons and stuff. So I'll have a video on that. You also need to have a list of the stuff that you provide. We have a 360 mode platform. It holds up to 4 or 5 people. We do the red carpet setup. We do the TV viewing station. We do the 1 minute, one song per selection. We customize the overlay. So all this stuff, we have fun props. We have a sharing station. So all this stuff we explain to the customer when they call. So that gives them an idea of exactly what they're getting for their money. And also, before I get to the questions, how are you going to book your events or book your jobs or events? We have 2 ways to book our events. Directly online through our website, where a customer can just answer all the questions, and then book their time and slot and pay the deposit directly online. We're hands off on that transaction, which is kind of benefit us down the road. And also the call intake. When you get a call and someone calls the actual phone and you pick up the phone, hey, this is 360 and Photo Booth. My name is such and such. How can I help you today? However you use your introduction to, when you answer the phone, and they're going to ask some questions, and you got to ask some questions in return. And here's these questions. So the first thing we ask them once we get the introduction out the way is, what date is your event? Hey, what date is your event? And again, you should have a calendar or a booking calendar or Google Calendar, whatever you use to map and count, to book your events, so you won't overbook or double book. So hey, what day is your event? If you're available, you're always marking that date down. Where's the location of your event? That's another question, because now you're tracking traveling distance. Okay, so if you have an event that's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes away, that's part of the asking the location. Okay, what are the hours of the event? Most people don't want to book for the entire event, and some people do. But most of our clients wants this bar book a certain piece of the event, either the beginning or the end. Sometimes they book the whole thing depending on how long the hours is, but you need to know the hours of the event. Then you want to know how many people that you're expecting to attend. That's why you have to have a list of your recommended time for people pertaining to how many hours you have. And here's a quick list. I'm just going to throw this out. So say, for instance, for example, you have 70 people. We say if you have 70 people, you might only need but 2 hours. If you have 120 people, you might need 4 hours. If you need 200 some people, you might need 5 hours, and so on and so forth. So based upon the amount of people, we recommend the numbers of hours you need to book. And again, there's some other things that we'll add into that when we get into show you the video or do the video on our contract. So how many people you're expecting? How long would you looking forward to booking our 360 machine? Most people want to say 2 hours. Okay, our price for 2 hours is boom, boom, boom. What time do you plan on? You want at the beginning, the end? Well, we're looking for 9 to 1, 9 to 11, however that is. Okay, so then you'll begin to get the logistics of how much time you're going to be at the event, your travel time. Then you say, what is it? What's the specific theme? Is there a theme for the event? Oh, it's my 30th birthday party. It's a class reunion. It's a high school homecoming. So that gives you an idea of the overlay, which again, I'll do another video on that. It gives you an idea of the overlay and what kind of, scheme or the theme that you need to prepare for that. And again, this is a marketing question. How did you hear about us? How did you hear about us? Well, I seen you on Facebook, or I seen you on Google, or a friend recommended me. If that question is to help you determine where is your marketing strategy, where are the people, was your marketing strategy part is working. And again, in the marketing video that I did a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago, that's part of that. So you can identify and start to measure what's working and what's not working. So there are some of the questions that you need to ask. Again, if they call us, we'll shoot these questions over via email. We do everything electronically. We'll shoot those questions over, have them fill it out, and return it. We do not book a date until we get a deposit. So again, in that conversation, we'll accept payments, and the payments is via Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, any kind of electronic payment that we accept. So we'll begin to do all that. So once they send us the deposit, we officially lock in that date and we'll block it. But these questions help you to turn that call that lead into a job. So you want to be clear and concise as much as possible and give them all the information ahead of time, because most customers or clients don't understand the business. So it's your job as a business owner to explain as much as you can and detail to make them feel comfortable with all the things that they need to know. Then they'll begin to ask you questions. So what comes with it? Yeah, that's when you explain all that. Do you guys do setup? And then we'll ask some additional questions. Your location. Where are we going to be located? Do you have a specific place for us? Will there be an outlet, or we can plug in and we can set up all our equipment? Is there an easy way for us to exit? Is there a ramp? Is there steps? So we'll begin to ask those questions and begin to get as much details as we can in order for it can run smooth on our end as well as they on their end. So once we do all that and we receive the deposit, it's locked. We're locked in for that date, and then I'll give you what we do after we receive the lock-in or the booking of the event. There's a step 2 to this. Again, if you've seen the other video about the pros and cons, there's a lot of processes. So this is just this first step of processing, turning a lead into a job. And then once you do that, then there's a process of contract, final payment, insurance if needed for the event or the venue, and other details for the overlay and all that other stuff. And I'll do a video on the second phase of that process of getting the call and turn the call into a job. So this is just the first one. Again, if you have any questions, like, share, comment, put in the comments. I'll respond back to them. If anything I left out, if any more questions you have, you just give me a shout and I'll reach back. Thanks again. Peace.